चिन्तयुम् आकङ्खमानसोत्थानम् ब्रूहि मङ्गलमुत्तमम् असेवना च बालानां पण्डितानां च सेवना पूजा च पूजनीयानाम् एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् पतिरूपदेशवासो च उभे च कतपुण्यता आत्तसम्मापनिधि च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् बाहुसच्चञ्च सीपञ्च विनयो च सुशिक्षितो सुभाषिता च या वाचा एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् माता पितु उपठानं पुत्रदारससङ्गहो अनाकुला च कम्मन्ता एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम्.
So at moment of talking about the truth of this very moment, to begin to understand the meaning that Buddha taught of whatever is there, with many, many words, but each word represents the truth of a reality. That's why Buddha said, the one who understands the Dhamma, the truth, the ultimate truth of this very moment, that person understands me or knows me. So now, do we know Buddha? See, without hearing, considering, understanding his word, who knows Buddha? Who's the Buddha? The enlightened one. So what's the meaning of enlightenment or enlighten the truth of what is there now? It's much different.
मज्जपाना च संयमो अपमादो च धम्मेषु एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् गारवो च निवातो च सन्तुष्टि च कतन्युता कालेन धम्मसवनम् एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् खन्ति च सुवचसता समनानं च दर्शनम् कालेन धम्मसागच्छ एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् तपो च ब्रह्मचर्यं च आर्यसच्चानदर्शनम् निब्बानसच्चिकिरिया च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् पुट्टसलोकधम्मेः चित्तं यस्य न कम्पति අසෝකං විරජං khේමං ඒතං මංගල මුත්තමං ඒතාදිසානිකත්වාන සබ්බතම පරාජිතා සබ්බත සෝතිං ගච්ඡන්ති තං තේසං මංගල මුත්තමන්ති ඒතේන සච්ච වචේන සෝතිතේ හෝතු සබ්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වචේන සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනාශතු ඒතේන සච්ච වචේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං.
Con có một câu hỏi, trong kinh có nói là 3 cái chết. Cái chết thứ nhất là cái chết chế định, cái chết thứ hai là chết trong từng sát na, và cái chết thứ ba là cái chết của vị A-la-hán. Con muốn thỉnh Chan cũng như bác John và cô Sarah giải thích rộng 3 cái chết này cho chúng con được hiểu đúng hơn.
Begin again all the time to consider the truth which is right now. What do you think about this? What does it mean? Death. We just use the word, but what is the meaning of it? That which is there, false way, never to arise again. Is that the meaning of death? That which is there, false way, completely, absolutely, ultimately, never to arise again. So now seeing, sees, where is it now? False way, instantly, never to arise again. The death of seeing, of whatever arises. And this is temporary death, because it conditions the next moment to see again, hear again, think again, as long as one thinks that one lives until death. So conventional death is when someone dies, the end of this life, never be this person anymore, even just a moment. As long as the death consciousness, the death moment, hasn't arisen yet. So it's not that we take it for death, but right now, whatever arises false way, never to arise again, is death. It's not just to believe, but to understand the truth, little by little. That's why we learn about the truth, and the truth is every moment to be learned, that it's actually no one at all. Whatever arises, appearing now, falls away instantly, never to arise again. Seeing is so very, very short. Hearing is so very short. Nothing can stay long at all. Nothing can last. Temporary death. And the other moment after seeing, the same. And as soon as death has fallen away, a moment of a conscious performing the function of the death consciousness, new life, next moment begins. So there has to be another kind of death, the final death for Arahata. After death moment has fallen away, no more anything to arise after death, because all conditions, which condition each moment now, never be there at all, completely eradicated. When there's no cause, there's no result. whereas no previous moment with akusala, anusaya, the accumulation of on and on, which pass from one moment to another one, ends up nothing can condition the next moment. And that is the final death for Arahata only. So there can be the understanding of each word. What is death? It's that which never to arise again after it has fallen away. So will be this person how long? Who knows? Can be just only now, or to evening, or tomorrow, and more than that, months and years, who knows? Depending on condition. Whatever arises falls away instantly, no matter it's birth moment or death moment, or seeing now or hearing now. Is that true? Is there from birth here? But who knows the truth? That what is there appearing has to be conditioned to arise. No one can make it arise at all. Seeing right now is conditioned. Hearing right now is conditioned. Thinking about that which is seen or heard is here only a moment and then gone. So life exists only in a moment, only. Never two moments together at all. And each moment arises and falls away temporarily, death, never to return. Until the end of this life, no more this person. That is the death that we know. The sammuti death, conventional death. And the final death. Is it possible? Nothing arises after that moment has fallen away, the death consciousness of Arahata. So now, the teachings of the Buddha is not far away from this moment. So close, just a moment by conditions. That's why we learn about the truth which is there from birth to death, that is here. And that is the meaning of learning about the truth of life.
Chiddang yasana kampati asukang virajang khemang etang mangalamuttamang etadisanikatwana sabbathamaparajita sabbathasothingachanti tam te samangalamuttamanti etena sacavacena sothite hotu sabada etena sacavacena sabbarogo vinasatu etena sacavacena hotu te jaya mangalam.
And the point of listening to the truth is not just hearing, considering, understanding, but it has to be moment of realizing the truth of what is there, just one reality at a time. This is very important. That's why there is seeing right now, begin again and again, until it's there known as it is. Not just heard about it and forget about it all the time, even just right now. That's not the way to realize the word, the reality, which is the chief of experiencing, the chief of experiencing. the object clearer than the other realities which arise together, experience the object with attachment or ignorance, different realities. That's why just one reality at a time to understand, no matter what reality appearing, it's just that reality, not me or anyone or anything at all. And this is the ultimate truth. Otherwise, there is always moment of forgotten, just want to understand this or that. But what about understanding, seeing right now? Has it begun to attend to the characteristic of that which now just sees? It cannot think, it cannot like, it just that which sees, that we have talked about it all the time. That which sees, it sees, but how much understanding of it or what see now? That's why begin again to consider whether there is enough understanding of that which experiences an object from birth to death, on and on, unknown, or begin to understand the truth, not just heard about the story or the way it is. So now, it is so subtle, no shape, no form, no taste, just arise and experience what is there now. Just arise and experience what is there now. Seeing. And the moment of hearing is not that moment at all, far apart. And that which arises to hear is that which is now hearing. What we have learned is not so far from this moment at all, but it's so subtle and it's far for understanding the truth, because never thought about it when no one just said about it, like seeing now sees. So the reality which experiences the object is not that which is experienced. Beginning to consider a little more careful now. That which sees is not that which is seen. And in a day, is there any time thinking about the seeing that is not which is seen now, even right now? That's why Buddha realized the truth and taught about the truth from the very beginning. There is a reality, no one at all. Only that reality which is conditioned to arise and experience the object, only that's all. Even the moment of birth is just one very short moment and then gone, never to arise again in that life from only one moment of birth. But it conditions at the moment of experience the object on and on and on, just in a moment, only a moment and then gone. Is this life? Is it true? Because now it's not moment of birth and not the moment followed the birth after the birth moment has gone. That's why we learn about the impermanence of whatever is there, unknown, because the succession of that which arises so very rapidly, arises and falls away, and then the other reality arises and falls away. Who knows now? That's why we learn to understand the reality which arises now, little by little, that is gone. That's why what is meant by anatta, no one and no thing at all, only reality conditioned to arise to be there and then gone in split seconds. And this is life. Should it be realized or just talk about? No more understanding. So it's I who understand what is heard. But what is the I again? Buddha taught about the truth of reality is in 45 years about whatever is there now. What he taught can be realized as he has realize. Otherwise, it's useless. Each word has to be considered very carefully to getting closer and closer to the moment of what is now arises and falls away. Nothing lasts at all. That's the word of the Buddha, the enlightened one. What is conditioned to arise falls away instantly. That's why if there is no understanding of seeing right now, how can there be the understanding of the moment before seeing and the moment after seeing? That's why when we talk about other reality, which experiencing the object, but it is attached to the object when the object is there, because no understanding, ignorance of the truth. Because in life, what is seen appears as the nimitta, by shape and form, condition the idea of something all the time. That's why there has to be the understanding of each moment of citta, moment of birth, gone, never to arise again in this life. That's why we learn about the truth to understand how much understanding has been accumulated. Because we can talk about the word, but it's there now. To understand that it's also there now, like Phassa Cetasika, see, and only one Cetasika, but at least there must be 7 Cetasikas arising together with Citta. At any moment, there must be at least 7 Cetasika. So consider, what does it mean, at least? So it means that besides the 10 citta, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, pleasant object and unpleasant object, the other moment there must be more than 7 cetasikas. That's why if there's no understanding of the 7 cetasikas, how can there be the understanding of other? It can be at moment of hearing about it, but it's not the moment of realizing it, when it's not the object of understanding. Even thinking, at moment of thinking, is there Phassa, Cetasika? Can we select the object to be object of thinking? Impossible. All depends on Phassa. And can Phassa just arise without condition? Impossible. Whatever arises is conditioned. So what conditioned Phassa to the object of thinking? Sanya, the reality which marks and remembers. It experiences the same object together with citta, but it's not the chief of experiencing. So it's not the citta. Citta cannot mark or remember anything, because its function is just arise to experience the object clearly, to understand the difference of each object. Sanya is there at each moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. And we are talking about the truth of this very moment and any moment from now on to be object of understanding. That's why when there is sanya, the moment of marking, remembering, no understanding, it's I. The reality is much more subtle than that. Just hear about the word which is heard and careful considering to understand the truth. Just one reality at a time. But there are so many degrees of different ones. That's why never enough at all.
बहुदेवा मनुषा च मङ्गलानि अचिन्तयन् आकङ्क्षमानसोत्थानं ब्रूहि मङ्गलमुत्तमम् असेवना च बालानां पण्डितानां च सेवना पूजा च पूजनीयानाम् एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् पतिरूपदेशवासो च उभे च कतपुण्यता आत्तसम्मापनिधि च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् बाहुसच्चञ्च सीपञ्च विनयो च सुशिक्षितो सुभाषिता च या वाचा एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् माता पितु उपठानं पुत्रदारससङ्गहो अनाकुला च कम्मन्ता एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् दानं च धम्मचर्या च ज्ञातकानं च सङ्गहो अनवजानिकम्मानि एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् विरति पापा मज्जपाना च संयमो अपमादो च धम्मेषु एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् गारवो च निवातो च सन्तुष्टि च गतन्युता कालेन धम्मसवनम् एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् खन्ति च सुवचसता समनानं च दशनम् कालेन धम्मसागच्छ एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् तपो च ब्रह्मचर्यं च आर्यसच्चानदर्शनं निब्बानसच्चिकिरिया च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् पुटसलोकधम्मेहि चित्तं यस्य न कम्पति अशोकं विरजं खेमं एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् एतादृशानि कृत्वान सर्वथमपराजिता सर्वथशोद्धिं गच्छन्ति तं तेषां मङ्गलमुत्तमन्ति एतेन सच्चवचेन सोत्थिते होतु सर्वदा एतेन सच्चवचेन सर्वरोगो विनाशतु एतेन सच्चवचेन होतु ते जय